Tribe, peace and blessings to all the tribe. I trust everybody is doing good, and I trust everybody is doing well. So I was just going back to Deuteronomy, right? The verse that God spoke to me. So I took the wise and respected men you had selected from your tribes and appointed them to serve as judges and officials over you. Some were responsible for 1,000 people, some for 100, some for 50, and some for 10. So, I really been digging into this. God spoke to me, and, we were talking about questions, and I think it's okay to have questions. For people that don't believe in God, it's like, if you don't believe in God, then I wonder who spoke to me. Was it the devil? And if you believe in the devil, then you must believe in God, because you can't have one without the other. You can't have light without the dark. So I was just thinking about, me saying that God spoke to me and me questioning what was that really God? And I was telling y'all before about how I didn't have my phone on that night. So I know it wasn't like something in the background that was saying something to me. And it was so clear. It was so clear, like Deuteronomy 1. You know what I mean? And I just keep wondering to myself, there are so many people, there are millions of people who devoutly follow Christ. There are millions of people who are loyal to Christ. There are millions of people who, would give anything to hear from Christ, to be touched by Christ. And, for me, someone that I keep telling y'all, who's just a regular person, who was a sinner, who's someone who forgot about him, who's someone who, I never forsaked his name, but I just wonder, why me? And a lot of people are saying, well, why not you? And I get that part too, but it's like, why me? Who was that? Did that really happen? You know what I mean? And then for it to be something like Deuteronomy, and it's like, well, what makes you think you're going to be, a tribal council or a tribal leader or a leader of anything? And, I think those are the doubts that I'm dealing with sometimes, and it takes God to give you that confidence. It takes God to cover you and make sure that what you're saying and what you're thinking and what you're doing, you're on the right track. And the only way that I can continue this walk is to trust God and to trust that, what I feel and what I feel in my heart is true. So I just wanted to come on in the middle of the day. I was taking my lunch and everything. I took it outside. I didn't take it in the program. And to just, talk to you guys about some of the doubts that I'm having and the questions that I'm having. But I think they're fair. I hope I trust you will have a wonderful rest of the day. I love you guys to life. Go out there and be great. Mwah.